Hello and welcome to Flower Juice. My name is János Siraki and today we're gonna make
What's going on? Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald and today we're going to make an arrangement in this gorgeous vase. And what's really striking about the vase is the colours. So essentially it's blue and white china. And to complement that, we're going to have some blue and white flowers. So I do have some beautiful delphinium, which is just going to be perfect for our design. So what I've done is I've put some weight into the actual body of the vase, because when you're using something tall, there's a real risk that you could knock it over, which isn't any good. And then I've used a little bit of fix, which is like a putty or like a blue tack for holding a saucer on top, a little bit floral foam. And the reason I've chosen floral foam is that it's going to allow us to bring flowers down the way a lot easier. So we're going to start with our foliage, and I've got some nice ivy. So that's the thing with a vase like this, we've got a little bit of height, so it's nice to continue with the trail, and also actually with this ivy we've got a really nice piece here that has a lovely shape, so it would be such a shame to just lose that by cutting it. So we'll work with that shape, and I'm going to bring a little bit of the French ruscus up the top. Now, one of the main flowers that I want to use in here is the gladioli, and they're quite big and powerful, so it's worth putting these in early on into our design. And I'm just sculpting that a little bit to take a little bit of the weight off. We might keep them, you never know, we might need them. I quite like it when gladioli have shapes that go everywhere. That can be really interesting and more fun. Now, this is a little bit tall in comparison to this one, so I'm just going to reduce that. But that doesn't mean to say that we couldn't use the tip into our actual design. So straight away we've got a tall vase, but we can actually go quite tall. So if you think about this as being 1/3 of the height, we can go up to 2/3 if we want. Now, I think what we'll do is we will keep the gladioli up high, because they basically grow vertically. So in some ways, bringing it down the way, yes, we can do it if we want to create a line. In fact, we could. But other times you look and you think it would be better to keep it growing in its natural way. So if it's a plant that grows vertically naturally, then why would it be growing upside down? You have to kind of think about how things are going to look. Saying that, this arrangement here is going to look contrived in the sense that it's in foam. It is purely an arrangement. It's not a naturalistic style. So, got a little bit of the palm, which I just love. I think it has a really nice feel, and even this Phoenix palm as well is lovely. So I'll just show you what we're doing. What we're doing is we're basically creating a framework that we can put our main flowers into. Bring this down front. Now you can manipulate things, you can give them a little bit of a bend. Yeah, another one of these. When you're working with a small base, sometimes you really need to think of how best you're going to put the materials in, the order that you put them in. So normally you might want to start with your main flowers. But when you've got materials like this, these might be hard to add at a later stage. So if we put in the main flowers, we might find this is a little bit difficult. So we've put them in now. And I'm going to have a little look at our beautiful delphinium. It's just so delicate and pretty, and when I first started with flowers, or when I first had my shop, I probably veered away from buying materials like delphinium because they're fragile, they can be expensive, the customer doesn't necessarily appreciate how good they are and how beautiful they are, but they're great for certain types of work. So it's nice to actually use materials that you might not have all the time. Now, one of our main flowers that we're going to use is, just to act as a focal point, is going to be this lily. And I'm looking at it, and if I do that, I'm basically staggering the flowers. We don't want the flowers to be side on, we want them to create a focal point and a bit of a line as well. And my two other main flowers are these white Naomi roses. So I don't want to fill this arrangement with flowers. I want it to be stylish and light and open. The fact that the container has this height just means that we are taking the flowers up and we're really putting them to eye level, and we're getting the full impact of those flowers from doing that. Actually, with this delphinium, we can even split it down a little bit into sections, so I can get two stems essentially from one. I'll just take a little bit of that blue through the back. So we've got quite a clean look. What I'm going to put in now is I'm just going to put in a little bit of eucalyptus. The eucalyptus is really good because it has a nice graceful shape and form, and that soft grey is just going to give us a little contrast. We don't need a lot, we just need a little bit in for the centre. I do like, I think if you're using eucalyptus, it's nice keeping it quite central so that you really see it. So this is our arrangement so far. I do have a few spray carnations, so I think we will put some in. It's not a flower I use a lot, but this will just, we can just bring in a little bit of white into the centre. So I think if I was to use these quite long in the stem, they would really look like spray carnations. But by cutting them short, we're taking the white into the centre of the design, but also reducing the effect of how these stems look. So we're making them look like a slightly different flower. You're not going to instantly look and go, spray carnations. You're going to have to look and go, what's that little flower that's in there that's taking my eye into the design? Whereas if I put them in like this, straight away you see that this is a spray carnation. So let's just check what's needed. I could do with a little bit more white just down here. And we can probably just take a little bit of white through the back as well. And there we go. We've got a beautiful blue and white vase, and we've taken the colours from that vase and really turned that into flowers to go with the vase. So a true celebration of this colour scheme, blue and white. But we've kept the arrangement quite stylish, not overly heavy, and some interesting materials. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have and you've not already subscribed, then click here to subscribe. We have new designs every week, and we would really enjoy if you could join us for our next design. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon.